This is probably the most random thing I've ever posted compared to everything else I've said on the internet or like done on the internet. But today we are doing this. Okay. So this is basically what
Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
okay, so let's just imagine this, right? Queso, he's eating over there. He gets 100-piece McNugget meal. Are you kidding me? Okay, so imagine Queso, he's eating over there. He's eating his 100-piece McNugget meal over in Arkansas. He got 99 pieces, so he jumped and the entire world blew up. Very accurate story, by the way. And now humans have to come back. The question is, where are these humans even gonna spawn in, basically? But this is not like Minecraft. Why am I saying spawned in? Okay, I'm thinking someone, what the heck? Why are there white dots already here? I think we have them start over here or something. Okay, so, they just spawned in, I guess, since this is Minecraft, apparently. Okay, so, they go exploring, and they kind of just stay, consolidated to, like, the areas that they, like, know of. So, like, after they, search this area, go over here a little bit, they kind of just, like, spawn, like, not, why do I keep saying spawn? I'm not, but they kind of just stay where they are, and for, like, about, like, 100 years, they just, like, kind of, like, sit here, and then, so many people are here that they have to form a new empire, or whatever, not freaking, like, Star Wars Empire, no, I'm talking, like, Roman Empire, that's what I'm talking about. So they kind of like wrap over to the coast. They kind of like take all this land right over here. Okay, so they take all that land. And they also go over here a little bit. And you're starting to realize they did not search enough land to hold as many peoples as they think they did. As much as they think they needed. Am I freaking stupid or something? Holy. Okay, so the red team, they're going to send out a little bit more convoys out here. But, it's like a hot desert in this area. Like, it goes like here, up into here. Kind of like just stretches down like that. But, like, encompassing that area too. Oh my god, that looks so bad. Like, what if I just, like, Okay, yep, I'm getting canceled. But anyways, they're going to send some convoys up north. Not like scavengers, basically. It's like 60 seconds.
Get it because they have to scavenge in the house for food. Get it food, that's what they need to survive. Get it because queso started a break with the food. Get it because...
Alright, so they search, they're cooking, like they're basically cooking omelets at this point with how much they're exploring. They start to go over, like, down this coast, and eventually they realize, hey, it's hot down here, too. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? Not me? Yes, I did. I literally make this series. Alright, so they're gonna keep going down, and they're just gonna kind of, like, creep along until they get, like, down there. And then they're like, yeah, hell no. We're not going any further than that. Instead, they send those guys back up to the red team, and they're kind of just, like, surveying more outward. Like... Why am I doing hand movements? Like, as if you can see me. Oh, I just did the wrong thing. Uh-oh. I just freaking drew on the wrong layer. Alright, so the red team, they're gonna start colonizing, like, modernizing, whatever you want to call it. Up until here. They start sending convoys up there. So it kind of looks something like this. I think this is the Indies that they're following right now. Not Indies. That's India. What is this called? Oh no, I know this is where Mesopotamia was. Yeah, so they just follow the river over here. And they eventually start going out to, like, the middle area over here. Yeah, so they start going to the middle area, and they kind of, like, just search this area, like, a lot. I mean, they're sending, they heard of a sea that could exist up here, they send convoys. The Herbaceae over here, they send convoys. They hear about a huge, what the heck? My freaking lights flickered. They hear about like some sort of like something over here with mountains, you know, they start going to it. You know, they're just going everywhere over here. Meanwhile, these people down here, like they're barely exploring. Like they're just like, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so they're gonna go, and it kind of looks like that. Okay, there we go. And the red team, let's be honest, if they were to pick between going up here, where they can have like economic power, or down here where it's scorching hot, which one do you guys think they're gonna go to? A, the bottom option, or B, the top option? Top option, bottom option. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so if you pick this down here, you are correct. So they start, oh, I just freaking drew on the wrong layer again. Someone needs to freaking stop me. Alright, so they start expanding down here, and this is costing like a lot of money, and there's literally no benefits down here. At least like major. I mean, maybe oil in like 2,000 years, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, they're gonna keep exploring, and eventually this runs so much money out of the government. Like, I mean, they do a little bit up here, but this down here costs so much money of the government that these guys are like, you know what, we're just gonna break away at this point. We don't care what you have to say. You just explored this, and now you're taking it away. They basically only do it to make the guy in power over here look very weak, like very weak, and he's losing the civil war. And eventually, they just like, they're like, hey, stop. They don't stop. They do that. Oh yeah, wow, that's bad. And then they go over here. They surround it, and eventually they're like, okay, let's stop here, and they agree. So, it looks something like this. This is what the, like, peace treaty thing looks like, I guess. Chat, is that lore? Alright, so the red team, they're gonna finally go up here, even though they literally just got beaten up. They're barely surviving at this point, and yet they're going up here. Okay, so they're kind of just like, they're basically just setting up, like, shop, basically, right here for now. They don't really need to do anything, because they already get a lot of fishing money and farming money now. The blue team, I don't know what they would do. They're in a very, like, bad spot. I'm just gonna be for real with you. They are in a very bad spot. But they get oil in a bit, and by a bit I mean a while from now. They're not surviving that long, just so you know. Alright, so yeah, they're gonna explore because they know they need to find some money source, and eventually they get to this corner. They see land over here, and they're kind of like, they acknowledge it over here. Like, they don't actually land here, but they kind of acknowledge it like that. But, like, they don't actually go over there. They just keep going up here. And eventually they're like, wait a second. If this right here goes down and around, then this must link back up to this top area instead of having to go through the desert. And, like, they start putting all their money into this. Like, this is, like, a huge project. Eventually, they have to stop right around here. And they just kind of, like, set up, like, a huge area. But they know they are they think that the red team's, like, right here right now. Like, you know, like that. I mean, they're, like, that far off. But, you know. Okay, so, the red team right over here. You know, they still have this, like, I don't know what you call this, but they can kind of go over here still, you know, whatever. The blue team does more of this area over here. They kind of both work together, finding out what's here and up here. I mean, less the blue team up here. They're more down here, but, you know, you get what I'm talking about. And the red team's gonna have to deal with, like, those huge, like, Iran mountains area that's over here. Like, it's, like, really tall, and it's really hard to get over. But anyways, let's see how their, okay. This is how their things are going. They've reached the Caspian Sea. Yeah, they reached the Caspian Sea. They think this is probably an ocean. This one, it kind of goes a bit slower. It's the more underfunded one out of all three of these, but yeah. And this one reaches over to this area. That's what I meant to say. I don't know what that was. I think I'm hearing something across the street. Okay, so, yeah, this is, as I was saying, these guys, they reached the Mediterranean, and they started sending more scouts out, so something like that. There we go. And then they also kind of explored down here, not too much, because, scorching hot in this region, but you get what I'm talking about. Yeah, they go down here, and they kind of like explore all this. Look at that. That is beautiful. And with this, the red team is going to expand, obviously. No duh. I just freaking drew in the wrong layer again. Am I stupid? I'm stupid. Okay, so the red team, they're gonna, like, expand over here. They're not gonna, like, officially occupy this. They're just gonna, like, say this is ours over here. And it kind of just goes down like this. It's kind of all... And they also, like, basically, like, border this upper area. And then they kind of, like, do that too over here. They don't really go far into, like, this area. Because this area is still, like, heavily unknown, even after, like, scavenging it, like, wild. Like, a lot. The red team also expands down here. They kind of go around. It's kind of hard for them to move over here, as you can see, because, like, the mountains are, like, right over here. They also occupy this, and the blue team will occupy an area over here. We're gonna have a different area in the series where there's gonna be another there's like another area where like the humans spawn. Not spawn. Why do I keep saying spawn? What the? Yo, I think a bird just ran into my window. Alright, so they're over here, and they kind of they're like way more quicker. Like this is like, look at the speed they're going at. And eventually they basically just get all of this. Like they go up here and then they kind of like do that. Is that right? I think there's like an open space up there where that would be possible. And they don't really explore down here yet. They do know a little bit about over here. And they definitely know something about over here. Okay, so we're gonna have two nations here that I kind of want to get. We're gonna have the yellow team. Well, oh my gosh, I keep freaking doing it on the wrong layer. I'm about to freak out. Okay, so the yellow team, they start down here and they like launch over here. This is kind of like what explored that first area. They kind of go up here. They wrap around like that, and then they kind of do some stuff up here. They also own a little bit over here, but not too much. And then this little teal country will basically be right here. Okay, so they're gonna have all that. They're also gonna have a little colony over here. And I think that's it. I think that's our Italy update for the episode. Going back over here, we're gonna have a new nation spawn in. Guess what it is? It's gonna be green, by the way. But where is it gonna be? A, it's gonna be down here. B, it's gonna be right here, and it's gonna piss off the red team so much. C, it's gonna be over here. Or D, is it gonna be over here from a breakaway from two of these colonies? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, if you guess this corner, you're wrong. Why would it be that? If you guess this, you're wrong. If you guess this, you're correct. The green team is up here near the Capri Sun Sea. Get my joke. Alright, so, they kind of, like, the red team is, like, very angry from this. Like, when I say angry, they're like, hey, they, like, go up, and they just start fighting them. Like, this is like guerrilla warfare at this point. It's costing a lot of money from the red team. That's why the green team just stays there. And they just keep fighting them. At some point, they realize we're gonna have to leave here, and they have to send out scouts like really quickly. And like they go and explore it here. They kind of like launch off right over here. Don't really find anything. So they go up here, like around there, and then they kind of just like find this area, and they just stick there. They also explore up here, but it's not really like, they don't really go up there. But yeah, the green team, oh, I just did it again. Oh, so green team, they're gonna flee over here, and then they're gonna kind of go up and up and up, and then they're gonna like set up their nation up here. Why does my lights in my room keep freaking flickering? But yeah, they go and like they just take everything they had, like that. There we go. And they start going up to see if they went up here instead over here, and they didn't find them. So that means that they went this way, but that would be too much money and too much expansion for their country. Speaking of expansion, they don't care. Why would they care? They expand all the way over here, and at this point, the red team is looking a bit. It looks like a man. Like at this point, he looks like a man. These are all his legs. Those are his hands. He doesn't have a head. He's dead. He's beheaded. But I think that might be it. I think that would be a good first episode. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, you better have. Make sure to like, subscribe, whatever you need to do to make me famous. I don't know, freaking just do something. I don't know.